Oh man, I was always a big Pokemon fan. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. I'm BRAVExHERO, and today we're talking about the Duality. As someone who's been reviewing shotguns all week, this one was brought up a lot. Brave, what do you think about the Duality? Is it competitive? And that's what we're gonna find out in this video today. We're gonna be talking about its base and how it is in its masterwork form. But before we get into the video, do me a huge favor, guys. If you're liking the edits, hit that like button, guys, because we are on our way to world domination on YouTube. And also, guys, every like bans a cheater in the Destiny world. But without further delay, let's get into the video. Now, the Duality is going to be this season's exotic weapon. And if you don't have this weapon, it's very simple, guys. Buy the season pass and you can pick it up from the season pass at the first package. Now, today we're going to be comparing it to the Felwinter's Lie and also the Chaperone. In my personal opinion, if you want the TLDR or too long didn't watch, essentially it's going to be like a mixture. Like they both made love and they made the Duality. Now let me get the basic stats out of the way. For the Duality, it is a 65 RPM shotgun. Now the thing about this shotgun is going to be that it has compression chamber, which if you fire in its hipfire form, it's a pellet spread, essentially a normal shotgun. But if you ADS, you fire a single high damage slug. This is why I said it's like a mixture between Felwinter's and also the Chaperone. If you fire in its hipfire form, you're going to be running around with like a pseudo Felwinter's. And if you end up ADSing, well, you're going to be running around with a pseudo Chaperone. Now, aside from compression chamber, you're going to have the perk On Black Wings, which pellet final blows grant a stack of precision damage and reload speed buff. Precision hits with slugs extend the duration. So let me sum up how that perk works. When you get a hipfire kill, you now have precision damage. That stacks. Every time you get a kill with that precision damage, it extends the duration of it. Now let's talk about it at its base form. At its base form, at hipfire distance, you're gonna have about a good 5 meters hipfire distance. 6 meters is a little too short, but if you watch my other videos in the past, I talk about how you have to melee for a cleanup or a double pump for a cleanup. The same concept applies to this shotgun here. So if you decide to fire from 6-7 meters, get ready to follow up with a melee or a double pump. Got double pump. Now, if you decide to fire in its slug form, you got about a good 9 meters max distance with this shotgun, and 10 meters, it's not gonna work, guys. So 9 meters at the most with the slug active. Now, once you unlock this weapon with the catalyst, your range is now bumped to 96, and you can now hold 8 in the shotgun rather than 6. In its hipfire form, you can hit 6 meters. You can hit 6 meters with this, guys, with the catalyst active or unlocked. Do keep in mind that it is still a shotgun, and if you're firing the pellet form, the hipfire form, you have the potential to hit 6 meters away, but still, guys, it is still RNG. Now with the catalyst and the slug form active, you can hit 10 meters max. So essentially the catalyst is giving you an extra meter. Now, how did this shotgun feel? In my opinion, I really like this shotgun. I've used a bunch of different shotguns in the past, and this shotgun feels great. We're talking about it's probably the most fun feeling shotgun in the world. And the reason for that is because it feels like you're utilizing a Felwinter's, well, kind of like a pseudo Felwinter's and a Chaperone at the same time. Yes, there is some drawbacks to it, guys. You have to know a few things before you go into the crucible with this shotgun. And when I mean learn a few things or know a few things, there's a learning curve to this shotgun here. Personally, I utilize this shotgun more often as a slug shotgun. That's where I felt most consistent with it. Again, I did use it as in a hipfire form. It did feel consistent to a point. It was not 100% just like the Felwinter's. No, it did fall short at times. But if you keep things in mind like a double pump, or a shotgun melee, you can get a lot of consistency out of this gun. If I had to rate it to other shotguns, we're looking at maybe a CQC, but a little bit better than the CQC. Now, here are some drawbacks to it. It sucks because I'm someone who likes to ADS my shotgun a lot. So when I ADS my shotgun, it does go slug form. If you're someone who can tell the difference between, all right, if I ADS now, I'm gonna get a slug, if I hit fire now, but when I shoot further away, personally, I always tend to ADS. So again, that's the learning curve I was talking about earlier. There are times when you're just gonna have to hit fire and hopefully your pellets land. Now, another drawback to it is if you're used to the Felwinter's, you're used to just holding that W key or holding forward on your thumbstick, and you can kind of map people with your Felwinter's. This shotgun, no, you can't. This shotgun does not have the max range capabilities like the Felwinter's does. But why do I like this shotgun? Well, it feels like the Chaperone, but for my energy slot. And the cool thing is, if you utilize it like a Chaperone, couple headshots here, one critical shot, and you just start hip firing the next 2 people or 1 person, you can easily get a bunch of kills back to back because you have the best of both worlds there. Now, I'm going to be talking about the sights. When it comes to the hipfire form, the big reticle right there, that's not bad at all, guys. It's pretty easy just to kind of shove that in someone's gut and fire, and you can pretty much get all your pellets to land. When it comes to the slug form, If you're someone who likes a snipe, I love the snipe, guys. This reticle, in my opinion, is very nice. I like the Chaperone and everything like that, but this one, it was really nice. It's just a dot. And if you can just place that dot on someone's head, you're gonna land a critical shot easily. But let me provide some tips when you're utilizing this shotgun. Number one, if you're gonna utilize it, I'm gonna recommend you utilize it in its slug form. Keep in mind that if you fire your first slug and you miss, or you land a body shot, right away, don't ADS, go back into the hipfire form and clean up. Especially if you land a shot on your opponent and it's not a critical shot, at least you did some damage, and by the time you close the distance, you can clean them up with a hipfire shot. Second of all, I would recommend, if you're utilizing any speed exotics, transversal steps, June marchers, or the dragon shadow or stompies, always slide into your target. And the reason for this is when your momentum is boosted by these speed exotics, when you slide, you still have the momentum going with you. So at that same time you are sliding, you want to start aiming for the head with this shotgun. In my personal opinion, it makes it a lot easier. Lastly, if you do plan on using it in the hipfire form, keep two things in mind: the double pump or the shotgun melee attack. That's going to make you have more consistent type of kills, because the last thing you want to do is leave your target with a little bit of life where they clean you up. Now, I do want to cover the last two drawbacks of utilizing this shotgun. Number one, it is an exotic, and I like to use the Hawk Moon. And in the current meta, the Sturm is probably the best hand cannon in the game, so you won't be able to use weapons like that. But if you have alternatives like the Steady Hand, True Prophecy, or even a Dire Promise, then by all means, you have that exotic slot open for the shotgun. Now, the final drawback of this one is going to be it does not have quick draw, so I can highly recommend you use some shotgun dexterity mods, and if you are a hunter, probably the Dragon Shadow, and for warlocks, the Amphibian aspect. Wrapping up my closing thoughts on this, if you have a Felwinter's, then I don't see you having a need to utilize this shotgun. Now, if you're utilizing this CQC or any other shotgun, then you might want to take a look at this shotgun here. Now, again, going back into the Felwinter's part, if Felwinter's does get sunset and they don't bring it back into the 1410 level, then this might be a great option for anybody looking to replace the Felwinters. And if you're looking for a great slug shotgun for the energy slot, then this one's probably going to be your best bet. But with that, guys, I appreciate it so much. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Remember, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And like always, guys, if you're enjoying the edits, you can let me know easily by commenting down below and hitting that like button. And like always, I'll see you guys in the next video.